Nowadays, we are seeing that many political parties and its leaders are demanding that the socio-economic caste census 2011 data should be made in public. That is what we will be discussing today. Hello and welcome to the In Focus series section of Drishti IAS. I am Aisha Singh, and in today's video, we will be talking or discussing about the socio-economic caste census 2011 and why the political parties and many leaders are demanding that its data should be made public. Let us first understand the timeline. First the news, then about caste census and what is caste census, then was it done earlier or it was happening for the first time in 2011, then why the demand is justified of different political leaders, what is census, and then what is SECC 2011, in the end a prelims MCQ. This topic is of relevance from General Studies paper 1, that is population and associated issues. This can be a very important point for you to know from mains perspective and also from the essay examination, because the SECC 2011 or the socio-economic caste census majorly remains in news almost throughout the year. So the news says that what is caste census. So this is the first part, and why political parties are demanding it now, and this is the second part. So we'll be looking first into what is caste census and then why the demand is there to open the caste census in public domain. So what has happened is, with the COVID-19 pandemic having delayed the regular census, so the census of 2021, which got delayed because of the COVID pandemic, which made the process slow, and till now, even in the year 2023, we have not got the 2021 census, and this has renewed demand for caste census beyond the boundaries of Bihar, where a caste survey is underway. So what has happened is, there is SECC 2011, that is socio-economic caste census, which took place in the year 2011, but the findings of socio-economic caste census has not been opened for public domain or in public domain, but this has been used by the government for forming welfare programs or policies for the socio-economic castes. So, but the public domain, the information has not been opened in public domain, and this is what the leaders of the different political parties are demanding, that the SECC 2011 data should be made in public domain or should be open in public domain. And in the state of Bihar, there is a caste survey which is going on, and the different political parties are also demanding that caste survey should also be underway in different other states also. Congress has demanding caste census at Rahul Gandhi's Karnataka rally. So at present, Rahul Gandhi is doing his rallies in the state of Karnataka, and there he has constantly demanded that SECC 2011 data should be made public and demand to release the 2011 caste-based census in public domain. Now let's talk about that what is caste census. As the name itself is telling, that this will be a census about different castes. So a census means a activity which has been done in a decade. So the last census was 2011, then census 2021 got delayed. So census is an activity which is done in a decade, and caste census means that every caste should have its own database, so that different decisions can be made regarding it. So caste census means inclusion of caste wise tabulation of India's population in the census exercise. As we know that India is a very diverse country and we have many different castes in our country. So it is said that every caste should have a caste wise tabulation. So inside the census, caste wise details of every group should be there. And India has conducted and published caste data from 1951 to 2011 for the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes only. So now the demand has been there that for other castes also the caste data should be published, but it was published only for scheduled caste and scheduled tribe people from the year 1951 to the year 2011. And it also publishes data related to religions, languages and socio-economic status. So when the data for scheduled caste and scheduled tribes is being published, then why not that all the other caste data should also be published, which has not been published till now. This is what the demand is saying, and this was about the caste census. So basically you should know that it is inclusion of caste wise tabulation, that every caste should have its data in the census. Then was it done earlier, or in the SECC was for the very first time done in the year 2011. So last caste census was conducted in the year 1931, whose data was also in the public domain, and till now we were using this data only, even though it has become so old, almost more than 90 years old, but till now this data was only used. So all caste data are projected on its basis. It became the basis for quota caps under the Mandal formula. As the Mandal Commission or the Mandal formula is famous for the giving reservation to the needy people. So this was also based on the 1931 census, and caste data was collected for 2011 but never became public. So the issue here was that even though the data was collected and the data was also used for policy, for formation of policies, welfare programs and schemes, but this data was never made public, and now this is what the demand rises every single time, that this SECC 2011 data should be made public. Then why the demand is justified? What are the reasons that the SECC 2011 data or the caste census should be made public? That is, available data set is around 90 years old. That was made public was in the year 1931. Then castes are often taken as basis for several welfare programs, and if the basis taken for these welfare programs are not justified and properly evaluated, then this might create problem for the people and also for the castes which are included in the policy welfare or the welfare programs. Then benefit in policy making. So if someone would have, all the policy makers will have the exact data and the updated data. The point is updation also, because many a times what we are seeing is that the data that we are using has been decades old and we are not updating that data, but the population has been changing every single year. So with that, the updation of data also needs to be done, so that clarity should be there at the basic level. Then address prevalent inequalities, and if the data updation would be there regarding the caste inequalities and the caste prevalence, then the inequalities which is lying in the society can also come into picture, and people and the policy makers who are making the policies and also people who are implementing the policies can look into the perspective that which caste needs more attention, while on the other hand the caste which has more prominence in the society can be given less advantages as compared to the one which is marginalized and vulnerable. Then Article 340 of the Constitution talks about appointment of a commission to investigate the conditions of socially and educationally backward classes and make recommendations as to the steps that should be taken by government. So even the Constitution, Article 340 says that if any caste is not represented properly, then commission can be formed for socially and educationally backward classes. As on the economic basis, we have already seen that the EWS, that is economically weaker section, quota has been given to 10% of the people, or to 10% of the population of the general category, people who are not economically viable or economically doing good, and a cap of 8 lakh rupees has been there. Now let's talk about what is census. So census is a activity which takes place after every 10 years, or it is after every single decade, and it is an activity which takes place and which happens manually. People go from door to door and look for information, and all the information regarding the population of a country can be found in the census of a country. Then the origin of the census in India goes back to the colonial exercise of 1881. So it is not that when India got independence in the year 1947, after that only the census came into picture. No, census was happening much before India got its independence. And the first Governor General, or the credit for launching the census, the Governor General, it goes to Lord Mayo, Governor General who started census. And the first census of independent India means the first census which took place after the year 1947. So the first census of independent India was conducted in the year 1951. Important point for you to know, both this Lord Mayo and 1951. And first complete census of an Indian city was conducted in 1930 by Henry Walter. And many a times Henry Walter is also regarded as the father of census. And the responsibility of conducting the decadal census rests with the office of the Registrar General and Census Commissioner of India, and the ministry is Ministry of Home Affairs. This is an important point that you should know, that which ministry is responsible for conducting the census, that is Ministry of Home Affairs. And which office? It is the office of Registrar General and the Census Commissioner of India. Ministry is Ministry of Home Affairs. So these points become important for you to know, as these are quick facts. Then SECC 2011, about which the news is always coming, that the data should be made public. So what is SECC? That is Socio-Economic Caste Census. It says, or it talks about study of socio-economic status of rural and urban households. So it is not that it is only rural or only urban. It is both rural and urban households, taking into consideration both, and allows ranking of households based on predefined parameters. So you need to know that it is both rural and urban is included. And the authorities who are responsible for conducting SECC 2011 was census in rural area was Department of Rural Development. Census in urban areas was Ministry of Housing and Urban Poverty Elevation. And then the caste census was the responsibility of Ministry of Home Affairs and Registrar General of India and Census Commissioner of India. So all three parameters, that is rural area, urban area and caste census, is taken into consideration under three different organizations or under three different authorities. Then the data of the exercise is now available for policy, research and for implementing various development programs, but not in public domain. So if we will see that any of the new schemes which has been launched by the government in today's time, and it talks about the giving benefits to different kinds of or different castes, then these beneficiaries are selected on the basis of SECC 2011, that is on the basis of socio-economic caste census, because the data has been used and is coming into picture whenever any kind of policy is launched, any kind of welfare program is launched, whenever the government needs it for launching the welfare or the policy measures for the different castes. But this has not been made in public domain. This was about the SECC 2011. So in the end, it is a prelims MCQ and this is a PYQ which was asked in the year 2009. So this is quite old, but still I am asking this, and you people need to tell me the answer in the comment section. And this says, between census 1951 and census 2001, the density of the population of India has increased more than 3 times. Important word here is 3 times. Second statement is, between census 1951 and census 2001, the annual growth rate exponential of the population of India has doubled. This is an important word you need to focus on, that is exponential. So these two are the statements and you have to tell me the correct statements, and the codes are 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. So try to solve this question. This can also be solved by reading the statements very carefully. And even if you have the basic knowledge of how the country has evolved over the years, you might be able to answer this one. So give me the answer in the comment section. And that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading and keep writing.